Welcome to Mike's Mr. October and More. So I gotta do like a two-part subject episode. Well, congratulations first of all to this year's 2024 MVPs, and I don't think anybody doubted it. American League, Aaron Judge. National League, Shohai Ohtani. I do not have the 2024 cards of either one of them. But anyway, I would just like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And I got to show you a sheet here. And this sheet is from the Mayflower Society. So you have to be a descendant of somebody who was on the Mayflower. And I am a Mayflower descendant. And that's Francis Cooke. Here's my genealogy line. I'll show it to you when I switch around the camera. But Francis Cooke was a pastor on the Mayflower. He was born approximately 1583 and passed away in 1663. So I got to show you my line, including my daughter. There's 15 generations. I did a lot of research. I got a book specifically to prove my lineage. But let's switch around the camera. And I got to show you some MVP cards because in 1975, Topps Baseball Cards came out with the series from card 189 to 217 of the MVPs. And then I got to show some additional MVPs from 75 to 1980 from the American League and the National League. Nice thing is, since I am a set builder, I have the cards. So let's switch around the camera and let's take a look-see. So here we are, this year's MVP. Aaron Judge, American League. I got his rookie card. I don't know if it's a true rookie card or not. I really could care less. This ARC on it. And then Shohai Ohtani, the British UK edition. I don't have him in a Dodgers uniform as of yet. That's okay. Anyway, so I got that. And as you can see, there's some Christmas decorations runner here. I got Christmas placemats my wife set up for the holidays, for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And she put up some candles that light up at night. But anyway, here is my Mayflower Society worksheet. I'm not a member, but I did a lot of research, took me a lot of time. But like I mentioned, I am a Mayflower descendant through Francis Cooke, who's on the top left there. He was born approximately 1583 and died in 1663. He was a big part of the Mayflower colony after they landed. But anyway, here's my full generation. There's 15 generations here up to my daughter. And note the first four generations, Francis Cooke, Jane Cooke, Elizabeth Mitchell, and Elizabeth Washburn, have something common with two U.S. presidents. That's George H. Bush and George W. Bush. So we're distant cousins. Top of my head, I don't know if there's any other U.S. presidents that are through Francis Cooke, but anyway, I did a lot of research. It took me a couple, 3 years. I have a book just to prove that I am a Mayflower descendant through Francis Cooke. So here we are. So we came here in the U.S. I don't know the exact year, but it's approximately 1632 that we came to the New World. But anyway, here we go. I don't want to bore you anymore. So in 1975, Topps Baseball Cards did a small subset from card 189 to 217 of MVPs. I got to show you those cards, and I'm going to also show you cards from 1975 to 1980 of the MVPs, American League and National League. But the first one, first year is 1951, and that's Yogi Berra and Roy Campanella. In case you're not familiar, on all the cards it gives a brief synopsis or stats for that particular year, why they got MVP. So next one is 1952. And here we go, Bobby Shantz and Hank Sauer, not Bauer, but Sauer. Actually, Hank Sauer was a pretty decent player if you look at his stats. And I don't have any of these cards from the early years. Al Rosen, which is very interesting. If you look on the back side of this card, it is an error card on his birth year. It will show 1929. He was actually born on a leap year, 1928. So here's Roy Campanella appearing again. And next one, 54, is Yogi Berra and Willie Say Hey Kid Mays. 1955. Here we go again, trifecta, Yogi Berra and Roy Campanella, trifecta. Next one, 1956. Mickey Mantle and Don Newcomb. I love that Mickey Mantle card. Perhaps one of these days I'll get that card. Here we go again. Back-to-back years. 1957, Mickey Mantle and Hank Aaron. If I'm not mistaken, there's two variations of this Mickey Mantle card, or just one variation. There was a fan or a player in the back and they blacked them out or something, if I'm not mistaken. Next one, Jackie Jensen, Ernie Banks. Jackie Jensen was deathly afraid of flying. Actually, I met him years and years ago with my late father. I think it was in Parsippany, New Jersey, at a baseball card show. Got an autograph, but since then I don't have it anymore. Must have been maybe about 40 years ago I met Jackie Jensen. Next one is Nellie Fox, Ernie Banks, 1959. 1960, Roger Maris and Dick Groat. Again, here's the back side of the cards. In this case, card. And all these cards are from my original collection as growing up as a kid. I did not go out and buy these cards. Back-to-back year for Roger Maris. And then there you go, Frank Robinson, his first of 2 MVPs. Next one for Frank Robinson will be with the Orioles. Next one is 1962. Mickey Mantle and Maury Wills. That's probably my least favorite year and card of Mickey Mantle. It's just like, I'm not never been into the wood grain, and it's just like very plain, and Mick is like, I don't want to be bothered. Interesting story with the Maury Wills card. Actually, Maury Wills did not have a common card that year. He wasn't signed contract by Top Scout. He appears on the 63 Fleer set. But he does also appear in the 1960 card with Luis Aparicio on the World Series card. That's him at second base on card 389. Next card is 1963, Elson Howard and Sandy Koufax, MVPs. I'm going to give something away. That's the year I was born, 1963. 1964, Brooks Robinson and Ken Boyer. I like that. Third baseman on both sides. I think Ken Boyer needs really deep consideration to be into the Hall of Fame. Next one is going to be 1965, Zolo Versalis and Willie Say Hey Kid Mays. Zolo, that was by far his best year as playing in the MLB. And then next one, 1966, Frank Robinson, Roberto Clemente. Do not refer me as Bob. This is the first year I have actually both cards. since I'm working on the 66 set. Very plain card, so you know he's traded Frank Robinson over to Orioles. It's 1967, Carl Yastrzemski and Orlando Cepeda, Triple Crown winner there for the Ads. Then he went to the World Series, but lost in 7 games to the Cardinals. Here we go. 1968, Denny McLain and Bob Gibson. Year of the pitcher. Next one, Harmon Killebrew and Willie Stretch McCovey, 1969. You can see it's miscut off center right there. But like I said, this is from my childhood collection. Next one, Boog Powell and Johnny Bench, the greatest catcher in MLB history. Boog Powell, he actually was a really great player. If you look at his stats, phenomenal, but would fall short going into Hall of Fame. Next one is going to be kid sensation himself, Fighter Blue and Joe Torre. As you know, Joe Torre later became manager, won several World Series with the Yankees, and he had a brother by the name of Frank. Next one, Richie Allen and Johnny Bench. Richie Allen, my personal opinion, he definitely belongs in the Hall of Fame, so hopefully he'll make it this year. A couple times he fell short by 1 vote. Phenomenal player. Here we go. My channel name, my man, Reggie, Mr. October Jackson, and Pete Rose. Unfortunately, just passed away. Looks like in San Francisco. I hate this. That's my least favorite card of Reggie Jackson. And I heard me numerous times. I've seen Reggie Jackson play numerous times in person at Yankee Stadium and Fenway Park with my late father. Great memories. And then here we go. Jeff Burroughs and Steve Garvey. Great player. I think he should have consideration to go in the Hall of Fame also. And then I got to show you some follow-up cards here. I'm going to take these off. Not being too successful. Okay. And follow-up is going to be 1975 American League, Fred Lynn. And believe it or not, when I was a kid growing up, I named my cat Freddie after Fred Lynn. And my cat Fred lived for 20 years. Actually, Fred Lynn was MVP and rookie year, and I think he's the only player ever to do that in MLB history. Here we go, Joe Morgan. Again, these are original cards from my childhood collection. I did not go out and buy them. Thurman Munson. Saw play at the stadium numerous times with my late father. What a great catcher. He should definitely be in the Hall of Fame. Had an untimely death. Joe Morgan. Rod Carew. George Foster. The All-Star. That's at Shea Stadium. You can see all these cards are All-Stars. And most of them are Hall of Famers, except for George Foster. Jim Rice. Saw him play at Fenway Park a couple times since I went to school up in New Hampshire. Dave Cobra Parker. Perhaps should be in the Hall of Fame. Had some drug issues, unfortunately. He was a DH later years, but he was a great player for the Oakland A's. Don Baylor. I think he holds the major league record for being hit by a pitch. Willie Pop Stargell. Remember seeing him play numerous times on TV with that windmill swing of his. He had a phenomenal 79 World Series. Here we go. Keith Hernandez. Probably one of the best fielding first basemen ever. He's on a couple episodes of Seinfeld. He's announced for the New York Mets. And actually, just a little side note, he had a cat that just passed away. He was like 22 years old. Here we go. George Brett. I saw him play at the stadium. Phenomenal player. Actually, I was really disappointed he won the 1980 MVP. I thought Reggie Jackson would win it. George Brett. And then my last one is going to be Mike Schmidt, the greatest third baseman ever, hitter. Not defensive, but power hitter. Definitely. Great fielding. But anyway, so I hope you all enjoyed that. And if you'd like to, give me 1 or 2 thumbs up. I wish everybody, again, a happy Thanksgiving. Remember what we're all thankful for. And, of course, the first 1 or 2, 3 years for the pilgrims into the New World, it was very difficult. They're lucky to survive out in the wilderness and getting some help from the Native Americans. But anyways, I really appreciate watching my channel. And thanks again for watching Mike's Mr. October and more.